Hey everybody, welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast. My name is Kim Johnson and I am a master mindset coach, creative strategist, and also happen to be a farmer. This is my chicken coop and I come out here every day to record a podcast, to teach distinctions, possibilities, new ways of thinking, and just bring some joy into the world. So welcome to the coop and let's start your day off in a fantastic way. Hey everybody, good morning. And this is the first podcast from my new phone. My other iPhone ran out of memory, was giving me all kinds of grief. The last 4 days has been nightmarish with it. It has just had so many issues. It started just before Christmas, and it has just been not inconsistent. Can't do what I want it to do because it doesn't have enough memory available, whatever it is that you need. But I ended up getting a new one. And here's the crazy part of this, and this is what this is about today. I'm very tech savvy. Like when I sit down on my laptop, I can just do incredible things because I love being a nerd in the laptop. This iPhone, though, was making me unbelievably nervous when I was putting it all together. And my son actually pointed out to me, he's like, "Mom, why are you getting so nervous about this?" And I was like, I don't know. Because at the same time, because you know how when you upgrade a phone, right, you have anyone who's on your plan, they push you to upgrade, they give you better deals. So of course, that was my son and my daughter. My husband had just had to upgrade his phone like a month ago because he dropped it and smashed it. So these had to get upgraded like all at the same time to get a great deal. So here I was, I had to do it anyway because mine was absolutely the cause of all the problems. And here I was getting this new iPhone, super excited that I was going to get to have this liquid glass, it's such a big deal. And I was a nervous wreck standing at the counter trying to put it all together. And my son was so funny about it because he's like, "What is going on? You don't get uptight about techie things. What is going on?" And I said, I don't know. And I couldn't understand what was going on, right down to putting the glass screen on to make sure it was okay. Every little thing. It's asking me all these questions about transfers, this and that, and do I want to turn this on? And then having to log back in. And I was just, I felt elevated. Like if you had to say where my anxiety was on a scale of 0 to 10, I was probably at an 8. And I don't get like that anymore. I really, unless it's life or death, literally something to do with us, the chickens, the animals, something, I don't get like that. And to feel my anxiety that high, I had to do this exploration. I was sitting there and I was like, what is happening? So when it was all finished, I sat and I just was going through the phone, opening each app to make sure that I could log in and it was all set and whatnot. And I sat there and I said, what happened? Why did this take place this way? What was it that was going on? Because I couldn't identify it. Now, the point of this is this happens to all of us. So we have these moments that we cannot identify. We're just like, what is happening? I have no idea what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. What is happening? And we have to go back and look if we're curious. If we really want to know, we have to go back and look. So it took me a couple hours, and all of a sudden, as I was brushing my teeth, it hit me. I felt so anxious because this phone is such an extension of everything that I do. To make my life work the way that it does, being able to be out here in a rural area, to be able to have a farm, to be able to do what I do, I rely on some big, heavy tech I have Starlink. It's the only way we can get internet where we are. And literally, we cannot get internet through any other way. We did Verizon hotspots. Can you imagine running a house off Verizon hotspots for a very, very long time until we were able to get Starlink here? And when it opened up in this area, it changed everything because now we don't have to panic about how much gig did you use for that? You can't watch that movie. Don't waste it. Shut it off. Couldn't upload videos every single time. I had to go to sit in a grocery store, in a cafe to try to get internet so I could upload and do the things I wanted to do. And this iPhone has become such a tool for my business, not only to connect with my clients, but to FaceTime, to be able to hold Zooms, to be able to record videos for whatever I'm working on if I don't have my other camera with me. The photography with these iPhones is off the chart. And as you all know, I shoot pictures nearly every single day. I mean, I say nearly because I don't want to exaggerate, but I'm telling you, it is pretty much every day. And around the farm, I think my son told me when he was putting everything together with me, he's like, you have over 150,000 photos in iPhoto. And I'm sure I do in the cloud. I mean, it's just insane, the number of photos that are here. The podcast, everything gets done here. So to feel like checking emails, you do it, everything's on the fly. So without this tool, I would be subjected to sitting at the desk and I would have to stay stationary. And for me, that is the worst thought that could possibly ever happen. I don't want to do that. So I got nervous about sitting there and doing it. How crazy is that? But it's a little tiny trigger. And I want you to think about this as you're going into the last few days of the year and getting ready to start the new year, because so many other triggers come up for us. Like today, I was like, okay, I got to make sure I get this done, and I got to make sure I get this done. And I am amped up about stuff I want to get done before January 1st. And it's that looming deadline again. So don't let the deadline take you out. I'm slowing myself down. I'm chunking it all out. I'm putting things past the 1st because I don't even go back to coaching until the 5th. But I have to do it because otherwise I'm going to feel overwhelmed. So watch it. Watch the anxiety, watch the overwhelm, and don't let it take over. All right, my friends, I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.